It is
Live.
time.
Oh, wait a sec. Can you hear me? Oh, there we
I
go.
can I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Episode number 14. 14, right? I got that
It's
right.
number 14, Corey,
Let's
and this might be the
go.
biggest one yet.
I know some of you that are watching right now, thank you so much for coming to be with us today. Are probably a little disappointed that we didn't do the live stream yesterday.
Yeah.
But as you can see by all the things that have just toggled live, there was, a method behind the madness. Man, we have a live stream today, Aaron. This is a good one.
Oh my God, this might be the biggest one yet. And we are so pumped to have you guys here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us and for your patience. Normally, like Corey said, we go live a little earlier in the week, but we wanted to save it for this one because we knew what was coming. And hopefully you've had a chance to look at some of the stuff. We're going to cover a lot of it today. That's
A lot of ground
announced. But just so you know, guys, this is just the beginning of the announcements, as Corey's going to talk about in a little bit. We have a lot more stuff coming up. But I want to thank, OM Dub and Josh, our volunteers in the chat, our mods for, doing that. Same thing, giveaway. If you're down in the chat, if you're commenting, if you're interacting, there'll be 2 people who will win a giveaway today, which is going to be amazing. We're going to cover some of the drops coming up. We're going to cover all the announcements, all the news. The level 100, we have a new level 100. We have like some amazing things. Yeah, it's going to be great, Corey. But then we're going to get right into the VeVeVerse stuff. But we're going to go through a few things at the beginning. But Corey, first of all, I just want to ask you, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I am feeling amazing. Like, this has been such a cool week for my team. I think for all of us at VeVe, a lot of things moving, a lot of things getting done. And I've been waiting for this announcement to come so we can get kicked off. All kinds of new content's going to be available thanks to what's about to land. So, yeah. And then also, we've got the giveaways going. Here's a crazy thing to think about, Aaron.
Yes.
You and I might be giveaways in the near future.
I know we might have, there might be something coming where we haven't even talked about it. Oh my God, we're going to get into that too. To be all
honest,
it's
a wild show.
I'm a little embarrassed about it. I haven't really got into it on socials, but we're going to cover that today too. But let's just add this really quickly over here, Corey. We're going to talk about this in just a little bit, but as you can see, Corey, I just want to give you a big shout out, just me to you. I never told you I was going to do this, but this video has been so great. It's now live up on our YouTube channel, the launch announcements, of course, with you and, co-CEO Ben Rose and co-founder Dan Crothers, and COO. I mean, this is a great video. It's getting great responses right now, just so you know. And, there's a lot of stuff to cover. So we'll show you where that is, everybody, as well. But it's up here on the YouTube channel. Definitely click on it, watch the whole thing after our live stream or during our live stream or whatever you want to do. And we have all the tutorial videos that have now gone live too. We'll talk about that. But I just wanted to throw that up there. Great work, Corey. That must have been a fun video for you today.
Yeah. It was what's the word? It was almost like cathartic. Whenever I first met you, it was 2022 at DesignerCon. I'd only been an employee at VeVe at that point for like a handful of months. And so there was something really emotional and fulfilling about getting to make that video and get to see Dan sort of be like, you know what? Like, let's light the fuse on this thing. 28th, let's go. And I was just like, yes, this is awesome. This is cool. This is a full circle moment. So yeah, I'm just really happy to be a part of the whole process and get to communicate that information to all of you, watching in the different ways that I do for my team's work. So really, really exciting stuff.
100%. We're going to get into the whole website right here, the landing page. Absolutely amazing. We're going to get into, of course, the blog that's been also posted with info as well. And but we're going to cover a few other things just before we get into that, everybody. Right here, we have a new level 100.
Let's go.
We got mission. And we just wanted to shout it out. I'll read the post right here. It's time to honor and celebrate mission as our newest level 100 achievement. The entire VeVe community, our team, and our founders share a huge congratulations and thank you for the passion for collecting, your dedication to the digital collecting genre. I think that's really important, that key right there. And for all you do for our community. Thank you so much, everybody. Please make sure you hit our VeVe, main page on X. and give a really kind word and a shout out to all of our level 100s, of course. But this is our latest one right here. Such an awesome achievement. And there's so many great things to come for level 100, Corey. It's there's a lot of great stuff to come. So stay tuned, everybody. Yeah, that's so awesome. And then secondly, right here, this is as we go through some stuff. Of course, I got to show you guys before we get to the real juicy stuff. Our another VeVe feed contest is now live on X, and we have some great entries right here. We're not going to go into every single one today just because of time, like we normally do, but you can check it out right on our page right there and vote as well. Corey, I mean, look at these. There's some great ones.
Yeah, some really good ones. I'm really cool. It's cool to see Eye Popper up there in top right. That's like the perfect use of Balloons Girl. So many Spider-Man entries this week. What is that? 1, 2, 3, I think 4, 5. There's the Spider-Man comment. Spider-Man has dominated the socials this week, for sure. I like the stamp one too. Kind of cool seeing the U.S. presidential sitting side by side with a nice bronze. I can't tell if that's is that an actor? You know the people that like paint themselves and they're like street performers. I can't tell if that's a street performer. Is that a historic location? Name Coast, if you're in the chat, you got to let us know. But I like seeing side by sides like that. Super, super cool. I think for me, my top pick is as simple as it is, Eye Popper. I think it's because where they're shooting from, elevating them up in that buildings, just that is what that thing looks the best in. Even whenever we were messing around with it in creative, lifting it up, showing that motion, the weightlessness, the illusion of weightlessness.
Right.
So really, really cool. What's your favorite this week?
Yeah, I think for myself, I probably have to go with G5551212. I really like that one. There's another nice mishmash of all sorts of cool characters all together. I mean, just for me personally, I mean, of course, I actually am really drawn to Tito's as well, just because it's Miles Morales, and I just can't help myself.
You love
and the background behind that is super cool. Like, it's like
Mexico.
It looks like ruins, like South American
or Mayan.
Mayan, maybe.
Where are we?
Or in Mexico, maybe. It's anyway, beautiful. I actually like Name Coast. That's a really good, like you said, a really good combination of the two put together. Like that, the stamp.
It's pretty cool.
That does look like one of those kind of, like a bench you can sit down and take photos by. So, but yeah, Eye Popper there. They're all good.
I saw Ben in chat. He loves these things because you're getting these little glimpses into where everyone in the world is.
Yeah.
You got Jot33, who looks like he's about to jump on a cruise ship, right? And then you've got, Tito down there in bottom left. I don't know if you're in where those Aztec ruins. Are you in Peru? Are you in Mexico? Like, where are you? What are you doing?
Where are you today?
I can certify it's Mexico. Wakas, thank you so much. I love Wakas.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, D right there. The first and the second row is nice. Yeah. Make sure you vote and have some fun. And remember, on all these VeVe feeds, we're just trying to celebrate everybody. And just share your favorite, and the first, the top 2 will win a prize, but also the voters will win a prize as well. And we might mix this one up a little bit.
Winners?
Oh yeah, we had winners from last week. They already got their stuff. This one was delayed in posting a little bit just because we wanted to I like to do it and line it up with the live stream that we do so we can honor everybody. So yeah, the last week's already went out and we covered them as well. So beautiful, right? But let's move on because we got tons to cover. I know we're just doing all our main stuff. We do have the Marvel comics that have dropped this week as well on VeVe Comics. Really great titles. The Doom comics, Corey, are absolutely awesome as we leave.
Your favorite. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I love the graphics you guys are doing. I mean, so cool. Look at the Thunderbolts and Doom. That's
when Dr. Doom on Marvel Rivals. Anyone in chat playing Rivals right now? Like, I want Doom. Come on, give it to me. They just launched some Fantastic Four characters, which is cool because we have most of those characters that are playable on Marvel Rivals. We have on VeVe right now. We either have their comic first appearances or the collectibles. But man, if there's one character that I would like to play and just lay waste to other people in a competitive setting, it's Dr. Doom.
Have you seen him in Fortnite when he sometimes shows up?
I saw the skins. I saw
the skins and everything. And he's got like the superpower. He's got the gloves and he's like,
the difference is Rivals is your powers in the game reflect the powers of the character in the real world. Like Fortnite, it's skins. Like don't get me wrong. Like I mess with some Fortnite, but Marvel Rivals, that's like a whole different.
But they added like epic type weaponry to Doom and to like they've done it to others.
Oh,
Where it
okay.
kind of mimics their yeah. So I
Gotcha,
mean, my
gotcha,
son
gotcha.
plays it, right? I just watch as a fan, right? But we also this week we also have, of course, our Dynamite releases. Really great comics as well. They're also right here up.
Herculoids.
Darkwing Duck. I mean, like there's the Terminator. I mean, you gotta love it.
Darkwing Duck, such a fan.
I
Man,
know, right?
That's a nostalgic one for me.
It takes you all the way back.
Takes me back to the old days.
Yeah,
If there's
and of course,
danger, how's that theme song go? It's like, if you're a stranger looking. Is that the right one? You know what I'm talking about? The
well, for
Darkwing
me, I
Duck?
think I'm
I
a
think I'm thinking
little bit of a
DuckTales,
different
actually.
era. Yeah, I think that's DuckTales. I'm a slightly different era though.
I'm gonna have to Google that theme song immediately after this. But anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna try not to derail us, Aaron. I know
No,
we need to keep the schedule. I know we need to keep
yeah,
moving forward. I'm
it's
just
a raw
excited.
one. I mean, we're just
I'm
pumped
singing
today.
DuckTales. You're right, Double Quill. You're right. You're right, DuckTales. You got me. Double Quill, you got me. You got me. Let's get dangerous.
Yeah. And now we also have the humanoid comics that have also dropped. So all of these amazing comics are out. Count number 1. This is a really cool series. All of these are great. They're over right here, of course, up on our VeVe Comics site, as always this week. And I mean, if you go to the new this week tab up here, you'll just see everybody. There's tons more than just the ones that are featured. Of course, some great comics. Spider-Man's in there. Look, the Reanimator's back. We got the Alien-verse Avengers
so much
comic
variety
series, which is like just incredible. I think it's right here. There's Alien Paradiso. There's Terminator right there. Star Wars Ahsoka. This Space Ghost one right here. I'm really curious about this character. I don't know this character. And I've been loving the cover art. I haven't read them yet. This is one that I'm actually going to try to check out because there's something about that Space Ghost character that this is kind of intriguing me.
Is anyone reading Space Ghost in chat? Let us know. Is it awesome? Should we be digging? I mean, those covers. I haven't read any Space Ghost either. So much variety. It's hard to keep up with how many different titles are releasing on VeVe Comics right now. It's a lot. It's awesome.
So there's the Aliens vs. Avengers comic right here. That one's an amazing one. And then, of course, we got the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 3. And, of course, that series just wrapped up with all 10 episodes. I have to watch the last few. Super fun series on Disney+. It's really funny. I don't know if you guys have watched it. Different suits he has. And to me, it's a real home run animated series. And I suggest everyone watch it. And, of course, the issue number 1, which it sold out, actually, but you can still get the reader. That's the prequel to the show, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So anyway, those are all there. And yeah, sorry, Corey, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're not cutting me off. I'm just emoting. I'm excited today. I'm drinking straight pre-workout. That's where I'm at right now. Because caffeine just wasn't enough. But yeah, let's roll through this thing.
Yeah, we're doing some all-nighters. Okay, let's move on right here. Now, I wanted to mention everybody as well. The LA Strong is still underway up until the 28th right here. Like I said, well over 35,000 dollars that our community, you have donated to this, contributed to this cause. And of course, we extended it. And we really want to thank everybody for being involved in it. It's still available in our shop right now. You can go in there, you can collect the hearts. We've been doing MCP posts. These are all secret rares. The whole set is just a huge MCP boost per day. But also, it's just a great cause. And Corey, I mean, I have a couple of the hearts. I want to try to complete that whole set because the MCP is just such a massive hit.
That's it. I need to clear it too. I need to clear it for those points. And I really like how they look. Even I've seen it used in some showrooms. People are embedding the heart in different things. Like I've seen it sunk into like car hoods. Into walls. I've seen it used as floor tiles now. And pretty much no matter how someone creatively decides to use those, it just looks really, really cool. Yeah. And so a lot of use cases for it beyond it just being a thing that you can buy and sell and collect and support a great cause.
100%.
Another awesome thing about the VeVeVerse releasing ultimately is now a whole other use case for all the cool stuff we're releasing. So really, really cool.
It's true. And it's all coming. And speaking of that, I know a lot of people have just joined us. Just so you know, we're covering some of our drops right now, some of our recent news. We're going to get into the VeVeVerse announcements, the tutorial videos, the landing page, all of that stuff just very shortly here. Just bear with us. And if you're into the chat and you're commenting, you have a chance to win a giveaway. As always, we got our mods in there. Josh, OM Dub, thank you so much, you guys, for helping out as always. And just, just comment, let us know what you're thinking about stuff. We're going to get into all this stuff in just a minute, but we're just having a bit of fun with the recent announcements and the drops. And speaking of which,
oh my goodness,
something to show, Chloe.
Who is that? Chef's kiss. That is how an AR video should be. So good. No, I'm hyped. I'm super hyped, man. It's flattering, bewildering, but really, really exciting. It's awesome to kind of get folded into something so amazing. It's great to see. Hey, there she is in chat. It's great to see VeVe Magic, rolling in there with us, kind of adding us to the annals of VeVe history. I played. They sent me the Steam Link early access to go in there and play, but a lot of the game at that point was very early access, so it was like bots. Yeah, and so like it was wild being Dan and David and just absolutely laying waste to these bots. Every now and then you would like pair with an actual human being, but I'd finish out matches with like 27 KOs on the enemy team. They'd have like 2 each. David's character, by the way, in that game is just absolutely broken. It is so absolutely. I hope my character is that. I hope each one of those coffee beans, whenever it lands, there's like a mushroom cloud and just engulfs that whole area of the map. But we'll see. Cool stuff. How are you feeling about it, man?
Well, I just want to say with VeVe Magic in the chat right here, where is she again? I just want to say I'm super honored to be included in a drop with you. You're absolutely amazing. Everything you've done for the VeVe community. And it's super cool to do. We haven't had a chance to talk. We've been just so busy with everything of the VeVeVerse, but it's super cool to be in a drop with you, Corey. I mean, you know how I feel about you, buddy. And I mean, it's super flattering. And I just hope everybody has fun with these and like gets a chance to play. And it's really hilarious. Yours is hilarious with the coffee beans, and you're all injecting like Bane does, because this guy works hard. You guys, you don't know. I mean, he's up all night. He's doing.
I love it. We all love it. Like we can't even help it. They could try to make us not do that. We would all still be doing it. Here, let's roll that thing again because I just love it so much.
Oh yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. So good. My collectible actually has an Easter egg built into it. So whenever I was at New York Comic-Con, I was chatting with their team because they were swinging by the booth. A lot of times the Epiko folks come by and they leave us some physical, because all of those statues, David and Dan have physical statues, and so sometimes at our booths at conventions we put those statues up and they just look amazing. Like they're cast resin, complete replicas. And so they were basically, Eagle was like, they're going to make a collectible of me. They should make one of you. And then, I started chatting. That's such a cool team. The Epiko folks are just so nice and such a pleasure to chat with.
Yeah.
And they were like, if we made one of you, like, what would it be? Like, what would your stats be? What kind of character would you be? And I was like, I think I'd be like a caffeine fueled support class, like not flashy like David and Dan, like in your face with the cool moves, but really just holding down the back line, providing range support to my team. And they basically rolled all of that. They made my character like a tank character that can provide support, distraction. And there's an Easter egg on that collectible embedded, kind of like who is it? Woody on his foot. It says Andy. Sure. Like I have one of those Easter eggs tied to my collectible, which is kind of cool. So they let me add like a little personal bit to mine.
That's awesome.
How did yours roll together? Like, how did your conversation go? Or did they just make one of you?
Yeah. Well, no, they when we were at New York City Comic Con, I was chatting with them, and they were asking me about, what I would like if that ever happened, and so I just kind of like let them know about my role and everything, and we just talked a bit about it, and then they came up with a pretty cool one, I think, and then people asking, do I play the guitar? I did a little bit, nothing great, but yeah, I did. I also actually played the mandolin of all things for a little while. I don't know why. I was getting into country and
That's so
bluegrass and
good.
stuff, and it was, I don't know. This is way back when, but no, I'm not like, I don't have like a crazy guitar, but the
Your
power is
guitar doesn't shoot lightning out of it? You don't have
yeah,
a lightning shoot?
guitar doesn't. Yeah. Let's read this really quick for you, Corey, because I think it's really great. Corey's VeVe's head of content services thrives on caffeine and cutting-edge technology to keep up with the fast-paced content demands of the platform. With a coffee-infused hand and sci-fi coffee machine, Corey unleashes high-velocity coffee blasts and acidic coffee bombs to weaken enemies on the battlefield. His steam-powered gear amplifies his speed and strength, making him a formidable force. This AR collectible honors Corey's dedication to delivering top-quality content, adding fun, high-tech twist to his legendary status.
So cool, dude.
That is such a nice, thing for you.
I told him I really like steampunk too. I don't know if you all can see on my shelves behind me, but I have one of those. Addy Granoff did a take on Darth Vader. It's like a steampunk version of Darth Vader. And whenever I interviewed him, he had the original prototype model up on his mantle. And I loved it so much. My wife bought it for me as a gift. And so that was another thing. They're like, what about like design elements? And I was like, I really dig like steampunk style. I kind of like that like old school science fiction fantasy sort of blend. And so, yeah, it's super cool to see that.
That is awesome. Here's VeVe Magic right here. This one looks so awesome right here. Let's read her description right here. Animated with sound. They all are. VeVe Magic, one of the most beloved and famous female moderators in the VeVe community, wields a powerful blend of advanced technology and arcane magic, equipped with cybernetic enhancements and a mystical time gem. And by the way, this is all based on real life.
It's true. I've seen it. I've seen this.
Yeah, we've seen it firsthand, especially at the booths, right? She bends reality itself, controlling the flow of time to disorient and weaken enemies. Her mastery of time manipulation makes her a key figure in both VeVe's platform and the digital battlefield. This collectible immortalizes VeVe Magic's vital role in maintaining harmony within the community while showcasing her power and mystique. Hear, hear!
I don't know if any of you all play these kind of like PvP style video games, similar to like Marvel Rivals in a way, but she would definitely be a dive character and so appropriate. Whenever I dropped her model into Unity so I could capture some of these visuals to feed to the team, I hit play on the Unity game engine package and she does a backflip and just disappears completely off screen. And I was like, where did she go? But it's so appropriate for her. If you've ever been around her, or even if you're observing her from the wonderful lens of socials, she is everywhere all the time. She's such an active and amazing member of our community.
Yeah.
So Collectible, I think, just does a fantastic job homaging who she is.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool. And then there's me, of course. Oh God. Do I have to read this, Corey?
No, it's awesome. I love your collectible. You know what? Aaron, I know you're feeling a little weird about it. You just got it. Let's play your intro clip again and look how awesome you are. Come on. That music soundtrack would not have been as cool if it wasn't for you blasting the guitar at the start of it. Your collectible's awesome, dude. You should be super proud of it. It's so cool.
Ripping it up. I'll read. You read it, Corey. I can't read it. I can't read my own description.
MyCollectables commands the stage in a blue metallic suit, radiating rockstar energy with electrifying intensity. Their guitar blows with laser charged power, and their microphone reverberates with amplified sonic waves. This stunning variant reflects MyCollectables' legendary role as VeVe's charismatic and empowering community leader, bringing unmatched vibrancy and strength to the collectibles world. So good.
Voiceover champ. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, I thank Epiko for doing this for us, and we'll see what other characters we get. And it's just awesome to be with you and Magic in this. And this is coming up on Saturday, which is tomorrow.
I know.
So we'll post those videos and just have some fun with it, everybody. It's all good fun, and maybe land the blue one too, right? We'll see what happens, So let's move on, though. We got Marvel right here. We got another Marvel artwork with Mark Brooks,
so
Marvel
good.
Legacy 1. I love how you guys put this video together, Corey. It just shows the detail. It's so amazing.
And Mark, if you're watching this live stream, check your email. I've been trying to reach out to you about your car's extended. No, I was trying to reach out to you to do that. And Mark and I were chatting a few months back, and we were sorting out the pipeline for this. I really wanted to get him on for an interview. So definitely we'll get him on, because we haven't got to do an interview. We have a few artist interviews of some of the amazing artists that provide artworks and independent art. Love to be able to talk to Mark. So I love this thing. It's like it feels like shades of Alex Ross in a way. Like I get some of those vibes, but what a spectacular piece of art.
How do you even make art like that? It blows my mind.
You spend your life dedicated
to
a goal.
Illustrators, artists, comic book artists, writers too, with coming up with great stories. It's just so great. This is coming out starting on Monday, the live auction. So that's amazing. So check that out if you're into the one of ones. I don't have a one of one, and they don't come for sale very often, in the aftermarket. So it's tough right here to even get that one. Now we have Assassin's Creed coming up on Sunday, Corey. And this
one of my favorite Assassins too, Connor. I like all the Assassin's Creed main characters. I've always been a fan of the franchise. There's something cool about the idea of using an animus to go into your DNA and being able to be one of your ancestors, in a certain period of time. That's why I love these games. You're getting to reference history whenever you play the game, explore, ancient Egypt as it was, go to the Renaissance period as it was. With Connor, you're going back to the Revolutionary era. He's a Native American, but what I like most about Connor, for me, is he's like the Batman of Assassin's Creed characters. Some of the other Assassin's Creed characters are kind of it teeters on the edge of they have a magic weapon or a magic ability.
Yeah.
This guy's just awesome. He's just a great fighter that knows how to use his kit and his gear. Yeah. And he just applies his skills on the battlefield, physically powerful because of training and work. And so I love a character like that. So yeah, I'm stoked for this one. It's a cool one. And this model is just chef's keys. It's so good. It's very, very good.
We have the diorama as well, right? So
yeah, really nice.
Which is also cool. Yeah, this is a beautiful drop. This video is, this actually really interesting on YouTube, just because we watch our metrics and stuff. This video is one of our highest viewed promo videos.
Is it?
Nice. Yeah. And dude, I don't want to jinx it, but it's got I shouldn't even say it because somebody's going to do it immediately. But
say nothing.
Yeah, it's got 0 dislikes. It's just unbelievable.
Oh, you just ruined it. It's definitely getting a dislike now.
Someone's going to do it, but whatever. It's all good. But it went
take a screenshot of the time, and I could be so we started getting dislikes at 2:28 p.m. Eastern time.
Right after. So this one's coming out on Sunday on the 23rd. That's great. We have the full blog. All of these have their blog articles. We posted them. We're going to post obviously another link to these on our socials right before they come out, as well. We have a closer look video coming up for the Epiko one, and this one coming up as well. And, they're great. You can just check out our full blog right here. This one's actually really fascinating in the blog. It's got a lot of interesting stuff going on with it. A little bit different than some of the other ones. You got the special edition, of course, right here. And then, of course, we have the crafting right here, which is great. 700 on the craft for the ultra rare, and the special edition's got 70.
Nice.
So that's amazing. And it's a 30 gem price tag right here. And then, of course, if you scroll to the bottom down here, you'll see that we also have the Connor base, which is a 13 gem right here, which is coming as well at the same time. So you can put this whole thing together. And, I know we're going to be talking about the VeVeVerse really shortly here, in case you're just joining us as well. These are going to be amazing in that kind of environment, Corey. We can really start talking about it now. Sorry?
I think I staged some at the end of the video. Show some different positions that you could probably leverage. I think it's towards the end of that timeline. Yeah, this one is really, really impressive. The artist that works on these has been working exclusively on AC Creed or AC characters. And so the costuming on this one is just freaking perfect. Like the way the light reflects off of it, the textures. Yeah, this.
Look at that. He's up in the tree.
So cool.
He's like way up there at the top.
It's good.
That is so cool.
I like it.
Well, you can imagine just plunking this into like your that environment and just like doing what it's going to be super cool, right? So that's coming out as well. Now we did have another comic come out. This is kind of like a post Valentine's Day, but this is a key comic. The X-Men 41 right here. This is the first kiss right here. You can see over here with Gambit, Rogue. So that's I know it's one of your favorite comics.
That's classic. It's such a timely comic release too. A lot of hype with X-Men, obviously, with all the current things happening within the MCU, and then the animated Resurgent, which obviously is focusing heavily on those two characters, 100%. Potentially RIP kind of stuff. No spoilers, but I'm stoked to see some of these awesome comics that kind of tie into major story points.
Yeah, no, it all flows together. There's always a plan with some of our releases. And I love the graphic up there in the corner, the in store for 30 days only. As you know, that's just on every release we do now. And we do have a comic reveal to show you next, everybody, that has not been dropped yet. So if you're watching, you're getting a little alpha here about a comic next week, which is a really nice one as well. But this is a nice comic right here. It's got really great. Well, of course, you can check out the article and stuff, and we'll post just ahead of it. This is coming just, I think, on Tuesday, I believe. We'll double check the time on it when it's coming out, but I believe it's Tuesday next week. And so, it's just more comics. You got to love it. Comics are really like a little bit of attention on comics right now. That is for sure. Especially
I like the built-in burns. Like for me, I've always loved that concept. People kind of deciding, if no one goes for it and you do, and the entire stock gets burned, like you're sitting on a bit of a treasure. So I really, really enjoy that. I think it's going to make it more manageable too. Like over time, so there's not like hundreds and hundreds of potentially like, okay, it's been over 30 days. I can only buy this from another person. Right.
Well, we're always like, so it's one of those things we're talking about. The inevitable burn is coming. Marvel's already been doing this. We're just doing it in a more timely, organized manner. So it's not like, so they were already, burning it after like a certain amount of months, maybe 3 months, sometimes maybe 4, whatever. There'd be a whole group, and we were posting about it. Oh, this series of stuff's all going to get burned this Friday or whatever. Or, like previously in the fall, we did a couple announcements, and we included collectibles in there as well. Like just kind of did it all together. And so these ones now everybody just knows, like that was one of the big things about it. And then it's just really great to have that info. You can just time it, and you can just go after the comics you love. So this comic is dropping right here, number 41. It's on the 25th. That's just Tuesday. And look at the covers right here. Absolutely, that's a classic cover right there.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then if we scroll down just a little
bit, I love
bit
that costume for her too. There's a few costumes for Rogue that I see, and I'm just like, I love that costume.
Well, that might
sort
be
of
the most famous
super impractical. It's like a totally impractical coat, but that was this era of the X-Men. Like all of their costuming stuff never made any sense, but it just looks so cool whenever you were, for me, this era, I'm a mid 80s baby, right?
Yeah.
So this is the era where I was reading. And so these all hold a special place to me.
Look at that right there. Of course, the ultra rare exclusive covers and rare exclusive cover only on VeVe by Zamela Scotto and Lavina Annalisa Leone. So, I mean, that's all. You can only get that here, which is amazing, right? So now we have another comic that has not been dropped yet, has not been announced yet. So this is the reveal of it, everybody. We'll get the social posts out later today.
I think it's a reveal to me too.
What's that?
I don't even know what's about to happen. I'm excited for this one.
I know. We got Daredevil 183, the first time that Daredevil and the Punisher were together.
Those covers. That is an era of covers. That's really an era for Daredevil. Frank Miller's take on Daredevil didn't just change and save and resurrect that character from Marvel. It actually changed the entire comic industry. Everyone saw what Frank Miller was doing with his art and with his story, and mimicry is the best form of flattery. And what happened is we saw this super dark turn across the entire comics industry whenever he started doing what he was doing. And that's what this cover is, one of those top 10 iconic Frank Miller covers, because this is one of those covers that contributed to a complete shift. there's an interview that you can probably do a YouTube search for with type in like Todd McFarlane talks about Frank Miller. And Todd McFarlane, whenever he was a young comic book artist, saw what Frank Miller was doing and was so inspired that he tried to do it. And he attributes Frank Miller as someone who kind of derailed his career because Todd McFarlane's so amazing, right? But he didn't find his style because he sidetracked for a bit to sort of try to figure out how he was doing this and do it himself. And so super iconic cover, man. I'm stoked for this one. It's a good one.
I know this one was like, if you grew up in this era, which I'm, just you and me are close in age. I'm a little bit older, but this comic cover kind of scared me a bit because of how violent it is, right? It's like, for like when you're a kid in the 80s or whatever, and it's kind of like now, sometimes you have to remember the time period. That's why this one is so iconic, because it's like, whoa, like what's going on there? And the Punisher came in with like literal guns blazing into the Marvel universe at that time. And he's just so legendary. So super excited. This one's going to be on Thursday of next week. We'll have all the social reveals come out with the numbers and everything. But I just wanted to share everybody. We wanted to share the cover with you, and I knew you'd like this too, Corey.
This is first battle too, right?
It's the first battle.
Is it first battle? Yeah. So that's in terms of like, if you all care about what makes a comic a key, like obviously Frank Miller covers are. I own a lot of physical Frank Miller covers. I'm trying to find better ones because I love him so much. I know David Yu, our co-CEO, is a massive Frank, but of course, when David collects stuff he likes, he comes up to you at a Comic-Con and he's holding like an original print from that artist from circa 1989 signed, and he's just holding in his hands, friggin' $50,000+ artifact, and he's like, look what I got from Frank Miller. You're expecting to see just like a signed comic from him, and it's like an original print and page. You're like, oh, I'm so jelly.
I know. Cool. Absolutely crazy, right? So this one's coming out, everybody. And yeah, by the way, I've seen a little bit of that firsthand. It's wild. I thought I was a collector. I know. But, now we want to show something that's also really cool right here as well. We do have a really great article that was put out, a thought leadership article that we really want the community to get behind, share, repost, and of course read and get involved with. You can see that we've been doing these VeVe feed contests with AR as well, or in your vault. We really want people to start using those tools, as obviously, we our team is like, ironing out the bugs and things like that. So we're getting better at it. But we have this really great video that's gone up now on YouTube. It's just a short one, share it. But we also have an article that was put together by our team, our amazing, our group right here. And it's right here. It's the blog right here. It's the augmented reality, the future of digital collectibles with VeVe. We love your take on this. We posted it. Yeah. The blog is there. There's a video attached. You can see it right here on YouTube. I'll actually just play this little video here in the thing as we just sit here and talk. But it is, I mean, look at that. And by the way, thanks so much to your team for putting this together, and I think is it Falcon who put this together?
Yeah, Falcon did the voiceover and he did some of the recording. We've been working with him a lot. You're going to see him in a lot of the VeVeVerse tutorial videos. Just developed a great relationship with him. It's such a pleasure to work with him. But I think a lot of you who are, watching us today, thank you so much for being here. We get this stuff, right? Like we get, AR is available, and we get why that's cool. But what we need to do is we need to make sure that we're producing more articles and content to reach new people. So they get those feelings that we had the very first time you placed a comic in AR and you're like, whoa, this is super cool. And so we need to bottle that magic, and we need to release more content like this that sort of shows that to new people. I was super stoked to see the folks on your team who are doing an amazing job getting this article together, suggesting, can we get some content to support that? I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do that. So great synergy.
Well, this is one of those things that is really important. We'll have a lot more of this stuff going out because this is kind of like a non-timely sort of like legacy sort of article that will always exist. So we really want to try to share it, promote it, produce it, get it out there. And we need your help, fam, the community. Get out there, retweet it, show it to people who have never seen the fact that we can do AR here on the app, and get out there. Our community is like, the army behind it. We can really we can start trends. And we love to see everybody do that and jump on top of this video and on top of this article. And if you haven't read it, it's a great read. We get into all sorts of stuff. I know we love, anything that's like in print, that's, like not in print, but anything that's written, of course. We get like lots of great community articles and writers from like guys like Chris and everybody else, and Double Quill. So this is great that we're putting this out. But what is augmented reality? The experience right here. We got the link right here. It takes you actually over to our website right here, which is VeVe 101, which actually shows you how to AR. So it's a really great article to, to kind of just jump on board and look at. So I wanted to share this with everybody in case you hadn't seen it. We tweeted it out. And, we got the video link right there, and just get on it.
Is that a different video? Because I think we've got a couple. Can you scroll down and give me a click on that bottom link just to satisfy my curiosity?
Right here.
Yeah,
give that one a click. Goes to this one.
An ad. No. Oh, it's Marvel Comics Augmented Reality. Very cool.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's the same one. So you can click that, check it out, and we have others as well. But that's great. But Corey.
Yes,
we've gone all this way. People have been super patient. It's time to start getting into a little bit more about what we had the big announcements today. By the way, everybody, if you have any questions about anything that we covered already, you know where to go. You can go down to the feedback tab at the bottom of the corner of the VeVe app, and you can enter it there. Give us your thoughts about any of the drops, any of the stuff we're doing, any of the things you might want to see. Goes right to the team, of course. But this video right here, Corey, we launched today. Can you just talk a little bit about it? I know it's live on our YouTube channel. I'll show right here, everybody. You can see it's right there on the VeVe YouTube, along with all these tutorials that I want to ask you about. But can you talk about this video just a little bit, what you guys covered and why it's an important
For sure.
one? Yeah,
for sure. I'll preface everything I say with, we know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments and questions for those of you in there. This is the initial launch announcement, right? Like what went live today, that landing page, some of those FAQs, some of those tutorials. This is just day one communications. Launch date is actually on the 28th. So we got a week. So like Aaron said, that feedback's crucial to us. If there's questions or things that aren't clear, let us know, but do know that we're not done communicating. There's going to be a lot more added in terms of information, FAQs, and additional articles. So we're not done talking about it. So if you've got burning questions, ask them in those channels. But do know that more information is coming. With all that said, this video is awesome because I knew whenever I got to make this video that we were reaching the end of the fuse on that stick of dynamite that is the VeVeVerse, right? And so whenever that got tasked in, I was like, finally, like we get to talk about this thing.
Yeah.
But essentially what this is Ben talking sort of about the innovation that the VeVeVerse provides. VeVe is propped up by a certain number of major value contributors. Like we've got our AR experiences. We have our amazing community that are watching this right now. We've got our showroom experience for those of you who just use the mobile app or the desktop experience where you can sort of display and share. What the VeVeVerse allows us to do is combine so many of these things that we know you all love, being able to communicate with each other, being able to display your things together. But it includes some additional things like VR. If you want to do VR, you can invite your friends over into your space and just chat. Like I was thinking about all the meetings that I do just part of our normal life. And I was like, I ought to just make like a studio space and we'll do our meetings in that studio space in the VeVeVerse, because then I can have cooler things all around me and we're not just having to sit. Right. I'm lucky because my VR rig is one of the ones that you stand in with low friction shoes so I can walk around. And so if I did that, like I could be burning calories throughout the workday and contributing to my overall health. For sure. But this video is really setting some day one expectations. It's giving you some of those key milestone dates. Obviously today, landing page live, 28th, VeVeVerse stores open. It's showing you where all the tutorial content in, and it's basically giving you a roadmap forward. So where do we go from here? So definitely recommend jumping in there. And also there's sort of some like intangible emotional elements to it as well. For sure. Getting to see Dan get to execute on something that's been a long-term vision of his since day one. We're trying to create an experience that's global, that focuses on collecting, and all of us like to display things. So just like you and Ben mentions it, or Dan mentions it in the video. Like look behind Dan right there. right? It
I
looks like
know.
cool stuff. Look behind you, look behind me.
We're all collectors.
It's like, yeah, it's like a shared thing. And so it's really cool to kind of see Dan's vision, which has been a long time coming to fruition. So there's some,
Yeah.
for me, really hopeful and happy sort of intangible emotional elements to it as well.
Well, the video is amazing. You guys explain a lot of things really well, with more to come, of course, like you said. And please check it out on the YouTube channel, everybody. It's there right now, available. You can see all of our videos right here. And also, we got a whole ton of like tutorial videos that you guys, your team, like worked tirelessly over to put up. And these, these are all now live. You can see them all right here. There's actually a whole playlist for tutorials and 101s. And you can just like how to adjust lighting, how to add content. We actually, all these videos are very short. Corey, maybe you can explain they are, like the point of them.
Yeah, this is basically a series of tutorial videos. It's tied into a lot of the written FAQs, which are populated in a number of different places. So as you're stepping into the VeVeVerse for the first time, there's different levels of expectations. And a lot of you have been seeing our amazing beta testers and sort of the promo videos and the showcase videos that they've been producing in conjunction with us. So, like Master Roni, Elegant Colors, VeVe Vault Master, Falcon, Roth Rind, or Metaverse Life. Like we've been releasing those videos, but those are people that have been in these spaces, working in these spaces for a long time. So we want to make sure that the VeVeVerse is accessible to everyone. Like if you're super into vault building, there's going to be tools for you to do that. If you just want to be able to step into a space, have some prefabricated buildings, have some furniture that you could just place your stuff in, and then be like, I'm going to invite all my friends that I sit in Twitter spaces with and have them come check out my showroom. You'll be able to do that.
Right.
And so that's what these tutorial videos really do, is it gives you basics on all the different things that are available within that VeVeVerse experience. And so those are we're going to add to this library over time. Some of it's going to be based on user feedback. If we're getting a lot of questions from a lot of people about a certain feature or function, for sure, we're going to make a video to address that, to make sure that it's as simple and as easy and as enjoyable as possible for all of you.
Yeah, I know, that's amazing. It's a great resource to start off with, everybody. And, even more than that, you can actually go to the landing page. Now, I wanted to ask you about this too, Corey, because we actually have a full landing page for the VeVeVerse now with all of this information, and like maybe just talk a little bit about what this landing page is all about. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory in a lot of ways. It just gives you all that info you were talking about.
Well, there's a lot of people watching this video right now who have been long-term fans and collectors on our platform, and they know the VeVeVerse inside or out, and they know, or at least they have a conception of what it's going to be. What this landing page is designed for is someone that's kind of stumbling into our space to have something that really simplistically explains to them what this is, why it matters, and why it's cool. And so it just has some of those key beats. We wanted to make sure that it's pretty easy to figure out what you need to do to actually download the experience, whether you're on Mac or PC. And then just highlight some of the cool visuals and cool stuff, that you could do inside. Most of this is all via Dan, because he's such a VeVeVerse lover. Like he's super into it. That video, if you scroll all the way to the top,
right to the top, this one
was me basically sitting in a space late at night with Dan with the camera rolling for like 40 minutes to capture, these lapse time shots. But again, it's been really heartwarming, because this has been such a long time coming for so many people, both at the company and those of you watching. So it's just been everything I've got to do, and anything that my team's got to do to support this has been so exciting, because all of us are just, really thrilled to see this thing going out there.
Well, you can go to it at VeVe.me/VeVeVerse. It's actually in the description of this video as well, the link to this landing page and the link to a blog that we actually put out as well. Now, this is a little bit different. Let me just go to the blog right here. This is what you need to know. And so this is also in the description of this video. And we also tweeted this out with a link to the actual launch video that we just talked about shortly. But this blog right here is also another resource. It's a little bit different. And it talks about what is the VeVeVerse right here. We can actually just quickly go through this. The VeVeVerse is an immersive digital world where you and your friends can showcase and interact with your favorite favorite VeVe collectibles and comics, creating and sharing personalized spaces to celebrate your collection. And there's lots of links right in here. There's a link right here on an introduction to the VeVeVerse, which we're going to show here. We have that video. It's a whole intro video.
Yep.
And we're going to show that here, guys. Stay tuned. It's about a 5-minute video. We're going to run it. And it's also up on our YouTube channel. You can watch it there, but just stay tuned for that one. There's the VeVeVerse homepage, which is the one we just showed you. It talks about what type of spaces you'll create, the home space, the empty space, the villa, the convention hall, the warehouse. Make sure you go in and read this. And content creators, if you're out there, make sure you cover this stuff. Get into it, like have some interactions on live streams. Corey and I only have so much time today to go through it with you, but we'd love to see vids on that. You know, we'll do our best to share them out with everybody. And then you guys can really start talking about it, diving in. Like I said, it's a whole week, Corey, right? We have until the 28th, right? So,
and then I'm seeing, I wanted to just quickly address this one.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of questions about the paid versions. Just stand by for that. There's going to be some articles and information releasing here in the very near future that's going to break that down. But essentially, when it comes to those premium versions, we have to understand that some people are just going to want to be able to open up an experience, plop down a house, throw some shelves, you know, a dresser, and then send invites to all their friends to come hang out with them while they, you know, just geek out. And some people are going to want to, you know, do what they want to add scripts and all kinds of, you know, super amazing, but very technical things. And so that's basically what those features somewhat are going to entail. But more information is coming on that. Okay.
Yeah. 100%. This is launch day and this is exciting.
Yeah.
How to start your first space now. There's pro tips right here, of course, how to navigate. These all connect a lot to the tutorial videos, so this is a nice resource sort of landing page for everybody to check out. It gives you some instructions right here about some stuff right at the beginning, how to edit your space. You can see there's links right here to all those videos and some little screenshots as well, how your spaces look. It's a very nice resource blog article that everybody can use as you know, for new people and for people of different levels of skill. There's some FAQs down here as well. And, you know, there's a little bit of spec stuff. We're going to talk about more spec stuff, I know, as the week goes on, right, Corey? And, you know, and the mobile versions and all the feedback that we want from you and everything. So all this information is all publicly available right now. And, you know, please go and review it. And then to let us know what you think.
It's been so cool. You know, I've always been hyped since the beginning, since before I even worked at VeVe, which is, you know, now going on over 3 years. Yeah, more than 3 years. I've always been hyped about this, but since we started doing like the VeVe showcase videos and we've been leading up to this point, and I've been spending so much time in spaces with other creators, like I feel like the more you use this, the more you're going to realize how amazing this is and what a cool feature it is, because there's just, it hits different. I think whenever you're sitting in the space with a person that you really enjoy the company of, like a friend, and so many of us are so geographically challenged because we've developed friendships and connections with different people on this platform. And really the only way you could talk to each other is via like a Twitter space, you know, or DMs or whatever your chosen social platform is. And there's just something amazing about being able to jump into an actual space like this, turn on your camera, turn on your microphone, and just chat while you're building. And if you invite someone in, you can give them creator privilege so they can build with you. And so it's like a really fun sort of collaborative thing. I think people are going to really, really enjoy it if they're anything at all like me. A lot of fun.
Well, one thing I think is really cool too, and you know, with more info coming and everything, but you know, there's something sort of for everybody that I've noticed, because I've had a chance to go in there a bit as well. And if you're like a master builder, like some of our showcases we've shown, there's just incredible people doing amazing things with super creativity. There's also like, you know, the other side of things too. If you're like, it really makes it easy for people. I love the notion of the dioramas that VeVe has, because like we talked about like the Assassin's Creed one that's coming up. You know, you saw the video with the tree and like, you know, Connor's in there. You know, you can like, I mean, these are used, you know, these are things that
you can put the whole diorama in there.
Yeah. So like, if you want to just create amazing scenes with like the stuff, then we're obviously there's so much more to come, right?
I think even our beta testers are going to be really excited, because obviously they're going to get to start sharing all the stuff they've been working on here in the very near future. But like the very start of this header video is a villa space, and that's a brand new space. Like that wasn't even part of the beta. So there's even stuff for our beta users where they're going to be like, whoa, a new cool thing.
I know, it's absolutely amazing. So like I said, everybody, right here, you can see, I'll just hit back on this. Down here, all of the introduction, all the intro videos, sorry, the instructional videos are here. The launch announcements here as well. And of course, we do have a longer video that's pretty cool as well. That we have. It's like a whole intro. We're going to end the live stream with that in just a minute. And then down here, I really want to just go back to the augmented reality article again. I know we're talking VeVeVerse, but all this stuff, you know, connects to what we're doing with our technology, with our app, with just evolving and everything. This article right here and the video, please make sure you share that, everybody, and like get involved in the VeVe feed contest, which is all the way back here, and use your AR. And we're just trying to get that out there to everybody in the world. And the community, you guys can be a big part of that, helping out and having fun and sharing your stuff. And we're just going to continue to do more of that for sure, right? But Corey, we have to get going here pretty quick. We got to let everybody do their stuff. I know, it's getting close. But we do have that introduction video. It's about 5 minutes. You know, I think it's probably a good time for us to, you know, roll that vid. And I just wanted to ask you, just before we go, you know, how you feeling now that everything is kind of getting out there? And you know, what's your reaction?
I think
you're a fan too, right?
Yeah, from a work perspective, I'm just so proud of the people on my team and the people at VeVe. There was a lot of work, obviously, from a lot of different people to get this thing rolled out. I mean, they're just from tutorial videos, the 13 of them, you know, so working with Mr. Falcon and my editor that works with him, just a fantastic job getting that all together. All of you on socials. I mean, there's a lot of things and a lot of people, the production team, the VeVeVerse team. And so from a work perspective, it's just super amazing to see the amount of collaboration that went into this to ensure that we could launch it. Because I think the initial timeline that was provided was end of Q1. We're before that. Like this thing's going live prior to a timeline that's announced. And so from a collector, you know, fan, because that's what I was, and I still am, you know, before I worked at VeVe, I was like a lot of you watching, just a big fan. I was making content. And so from that perspective, it's really endearing and emotionally rewarding to get to be a part of ensuring that we're hitting those major timelines and really taking the things that Ben Rose, co-CEO, stepped in, and he was like, you know, this is a great team. We've got great people. We've got a lot of high performance thinkers. Let's streamline this and really start executing on initiatives. And for me, this is one of the big ones. Like, this is one of the big ones I've got to personally be involved with. So super, super rewarding and exciting. And I just can't wait to see people's content and what they create. I can't wait for some of you that I'm friends with that I don't get to hang out with too much to send me invites into your VeVe spaces so I can go check them out and just chat with you. But yeah, that's where I'm at with all of this.
Yeah.
What about you, bud?
Yeah, same with me. You know, slightly different perspective. I just want to thank the community for your patience and understanding, you know, and I just want to thank the team for just like, you know, just killing it the last while here, just getting this out. I mean, it's so awesome to see. And I know that everyone in the community, you're going to have thoughts, you're going to have your opinions, you're going to be covering this stuff, you're going to be creating. It's going to open up so many new content opportunities for people who have channels or just people who are like want to share and have fun. I just think it's a really amazing resource and tool for people to have just experience all the stuff that we're doing, all the collectibles that we have, everything that we love about VeVe and everything we love about the comics and the you know, finally we can show them. You know, I have plans about my own like amazing fantasy showroom and things like that. Just stuff I want to do. And I just really want to thank the community for being so supportive and understanding, you know, through this process. I mean, stuff is not easy to build. I mean, it's the first. I mean, we're just, you know, inventing this stuff as we go, right? Which is great. So the feedback is like crucial. But like Corey said, all week long, stay tuned. There's more information coming. And this is the launch day. This is a historic day in the history of VeVe. You guys are a part of it. You've been here from the start. And now here we are at this point in time. And it's so cool that you guys are still here with us and having a great time. And it's only going to get better from here. So let's roll that video, Corey, as we head out. And like I said, thank you so much for everybody for joining us today. We'll be back again, you know, next week with more info, another live with more information. And, you know, we would just really want to thank you. And if you did comment in the chat, stay tuned. You'll get contacted if you're one of the random winners of our giveaway. Make sure you celebrate the level 100s we got. Make sure you celebrate the people doing the VeVe feeds. Make sure you like enjoy this whole experience. This is like a real moment in time that I think we can mark this date down in the February the 21st. And then, of course, we have a week from now,
This time
Corey.
next week.
It's going to be crazy. Okay. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you online, and we'll end it with the video. Cheers.
Take care, everyone.
Welcome to the VeVeVerse. When you first arrive, you'll be taken to the lobby, where you'll find all the showrooms you've created or have been shared with you. And don't worry, showrooms aren't deleted, they're just archived, so all your hard work isn't lost. You can create a new showroom by giving it a name and selecting the template you want to use. As the space loads, you'll see this navigation tips panel, which tells you how to navigate the space with your keyboard and mouse. Let's run through the basics. Use the arrow keys to move left, right, forwards, and backwards. If you hold Shift, you'll move at twice the speed, which is handy if you need to cover some ground quickly. Use the spacebar or E to go up, and Q to go down. You can also rotate the camera by holding your mouse. Now we're moving, let's have a look at these toolbars. In the main menu, we alter our audio and video settings, and we can change our graphics performance. There are 4 settings, and the highest is Quality, which delivers stunning visuals, allowing you to view the VeVeVerse in all its glory, but it may lead to slower performance on less powerful computers. Performance mode prioritizes speed, which is really helpful if you're constructing a large space, but the visuals aren't quite as precise. Tapping the space icon allows us to change the properties of our environment. For example, you can change the color and density of the fog in the space, or you can change the contrast of the colors. And don't worry, if you get a bit carried away with the settings, you can easily restore them to their default values. Now for the moment everyone's been waiting for, adding collectibles. Tap the content icon to access your library of assets. This includes your collectibles and comics, along with simple shapes, lights, and even vegetation. Just click on the asset or assets you want to add, insert, and find a nice spot for them in your space. There are lots of different ways to navigate the VeVeVerse, which can be found by tapping the controls icon. You can walk or fly in the first person, or you can use flat movement, which means you won't leave the ground if you look up and move forward. You can also use a third-person view of your avatar, which can be made closer or further away by scrolling on your mouse. And you can view your spaces from the top, front, or side. Thankfully, you can reset your position if you get lost or stuck. By pressing the Tools icon, you'll reveal this toolbar to the left, which gives us lots of options for editing and interacting with our assets. If you've selected the Explore option, you'll be able to navigate your space without accidentally moving anything. This is particularly useful if you've been invited to a showroom where the owner hasn't locked their assets in place. Interact allows you to select an object or part of an object, which is handy if you're editing a VeVeVerse showroom, for example. If you select Move and click on the asset you want to manipulate, these transform tools will appear beneath it. Hold down the green square for flat movement, hold the arrows to move the asset along the X, Y, or Z axis, rotate with the green circle, or adjust the scale with the white box. You can also draw onto simple shapes if you want to personalize them, or annotate them by adding text, in case you want to leave a note for your visitors. We can also change the texture of a shape using the Material Fill tool, which gives us a whole lot of options when we're personalizing our spaces. Finally, we can measure between 2 points in the space, or we can use a pointer for when we hold lectures in the VeVeVerse. If you're not sure where you've placed a collectible or shape, you can highlight them from the Object List view, and we can make further alterations to the properties of our assets by selecting their Properties menu, which can also be found by right-clicking an object. And if you get a bit carried away with your transformations, don't panic. Just tap the Undo or Redo buttons. To the right of the toolbar, we can adjust the social tools for our space, such as our microphone, camera, and screens we'd like to share. We can also invite people to our spaces so they can appreciate our work. Or, if we assign them a master creator role, they can do the work for us. And last, but certainly not least, is the profile icon. Here you can find your avatar setting, which can either be a VeVeVerse system avatar, or your Ready Player Me avatar, which you can create by heading to the Ready Player Me website. So what are you waiting for? It's time to start creating the space your glorious collectibles deserve. Stay tuned for more VeVeVerse tutorials, where we'll explore all these features and more in greater depth.